Angus, you've got MONTA FRUTTA coming up on the weekend in race 6 for your boss Tony Cruz. We haven't seen him this season, but when we saw him last season, he looked pretty good. Excited to get back on board him?
Yeah, very excited to get board on him. He's back to races. I think last season, the last race on the grass, on turf, obviously, we're not aiming for that race, but it's pretty impressive running second on that day. This season, obviously, he missed a little bit training, got a little bit injured, not very well at the beginning of the season, but he come back, do the trials very well. I feel like the horse getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the trial. I mean, the trial looked good. I mean, you sort of just sort of pushed him out to the line a little bit, but he certainly hit the line strong, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't have any negative feeling of him. The feeling of him this trial is pretty similar to last season when he was fit. It pretty impressed me that the trials. But this race is very 11, a little bit tricky for him and me. Hopefully he can do well in here.
How do you sort of read it? I know sometimes when we speak to the jockeys about the all-weather racing, they sometimes say obviously maybe being wider is not the worst place to be, but do you think that's a bit of a negative for him then?
Probably not, because in the barrier he's a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes he can jump well, sometimes he cannot jump well, but as soon as he get the gate, settle down, and every single time in the 500 meters he will give me the feeling he want to go just save a little bit, and he always finish good. With the lightweight in the class 3, I think, and the condition now, I feel like he's got a chance there.
Pierre, Johannes Brahms, a very exciting 4-year-old for your stable, got the win last time out. He's going back to the races and back up in grade.
Yes, he's a very promising horse. He just needed one more run to calm him a little bit more. The next race will be the Classic Mile, so I'm looking forward to have a good run there and hope he can race like more professional, more relaxed, and hopefully he can go better in the future.
That said, I mean, the professionalism from him last time was quite evident. I mean, he sort of had to wait on a gap, didn't he? But once he got out, he showed plenty of class.
Yes, we know that he's got the class. It's just a matter of how he bringing it out to us. Last time was promising, and hopefully with the lightweight this time, he show another promising one, and we'll be pretty much ready for the Classic Mile.
You've got Andrea at Zany on, of course, lightweight. You and he team up for a number of winners so far this season. Has he had a chance to sit on him yet?
Oh, definitely has a chance. He's a very good rider. He does his job brilliantly. So hopefully he can continue and win more races together.
David Eustace, we've got some really good racing coming up this weekend, and a few 4-year-old series clues, I would imagine, as well. You've got Silvery Breeze lining up in race 9. He's only had a couple of runs, but both have been good.
Yeah, they have. Obviously one on debut, which was a nice surprise, but he backed that up. The other day, drew 14, had to go back and come round them. I thought he closed off really well, so it's a pleasing run, and hopefully he can make another step forward.
And I guess as a trainer, that's always a trait you want to see, I suppose, with a horse like this over this sort of distance. I mean, his last sort of furlong or two were very impressive.
Yeah, they were. Always felt he'll get further than this as well. And although his debut win was a surprise, we've always held him in pretty high regard. He travelled over well and settled in quick and was working nicely. So nice to see him put 2 performances on end to sort of back that up, and hopefully he can again on Sunday.
I know you're the trainer. My notes read sort of comfortable trial recently with Karis Teaton. How did you assess it?
It's just the best he's trialled. He doesn't really enjoy the dirt, and it was against strong opposition. I was very pleased with him. He wears blinkers for the first time. I was keen to do that, staying at the trip at the mile before stepping out to 1800, which I think he'll do next start. So I thought they helped as well, and so did Karis. Karis has been very happy with him.
The blinkers angle is an interesting one I wanted to ask you about, because he wore them in Australia, and without winning, I know, but he ran some very good races with them.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sort of 100% sold on it, but he's performed well at home with them on, but has done nothing wrong at the track either. But I just really wanted to do it, staying at a mile instead of going up in trip and putting them on. It's something that I don't like doing. Most people don't either. So, and I just think you got to sort of often get a wrong indication of whether they've handled them or not. So we'll know on Sunday, and they could be very useful down the track.
Talking of down the track, we're at obviously a very interesting and intriguing time of year. He is a 4-year-old. I suppose I must ask the question, is the plan very much to sort of go forward to the series, all being well here?
Yeah, I don't sort of view him probably as a classic mile horse. I don't think he'll probably quite have the toe for that, but I do look forward to getting him to the 1800 and 2000 metre, or the Derby, obviously. He'll stay.
Yeah.
It's just whether he's good enough. So he needs to win another race, and if it's not Sunday, then hopefully it is down the track. But I've always felt he could be that type if he makes the necessary steps.
You've got some very nice horses in the stable. One notable one that has joined you recently, Victor, the winner. We're here at Happy Valley on trials morning. He's trialled. He's looked good in his trial. Were you happy with him?
Yeah, I was. He looked to move great. Put blinkers on him, and he was, as you would expect, he stretched very well in them. They weren't going that quick, and he was, touch free down the back and side, and then when he was able to stretch, he was good. So I'll have a chat with Derek and the owner as to whether he races in them. But I thought it was a good time to put them on pre-race, and you would expect him to trial well, but he did, and I was happy with him.
Do you know where you'll start him?
Well, he's in the sprint next Sunday. Yeah, so small field probably suits him and his run style, which is not necessarily going to dramatically change. He's going to be up there in some shape or form. So small field definitely helps those type of horses.
Pierre, race 10 on the programme this weekend. You're going to saddle Packing Turbine. Lightly raced horse, but last time out showed some distinct improvement from first to second start.
Yes, the first start was a bit sharp for him, so he's more like a mile plus horse. So we run him a mile last time. He didn't get a clear run until the last 200 metre last time, so it's still quite promising. He goes further from Zach's words after the race last time, so hopefully he improves his form and get more points for the race, 40 years old race later.
I was going to ask you about that, of course. I mean, given that you said that maybe you think he might get a bit further, is he perhaps one maybe later on in the series?
Yes, later on. He wouldn't join up the Classic Mile. I think if we get more points within the next 2 runs, hopefully he'll start up in the Classic Cup.
Mark of 68 now. He's gone up 3 for his last one. Just quickly on his trial recently as well. Trial looked pretty good.
Yeah, his trial's well. He's just coming the form slowly as we expected. So hopefully we time it right for the February and March.
Plenty of positives, and I guess the only real negative there would be the barrier, but I guess if he can overcome it, he's a definite chance, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. We just have to roll on. He seems to be just stayed on, so we just keep him rolling. Doesn't matter with the draw, I think. Just as long as it's smooth, and I think he'll be performing.